what is blend if and how we can use it? Right, let me explain very simple. We have two color here, white and black. White and black. Click on the white, go to the right side and just double click here. The layer style is opening. Come here at the bottom. You see something called blend if. Most of the time we just work on underlying layer. This is the blend if. This is blending the white and black to the background image. So the simple way of using this is white. We want to add this white color just to our highlight, not the shadow. So just the highlight, not the shadow. Not the shadow means just I don't want to be on the shadow. The left side is shadows, the right side is highlight. I want to keep it on highlight, so I don't move this slider. I don't want to be on the shadows, so I move this slider. But it's very harsh. To make it more featherish and more soft, hold on Alt or Option and click on this little slider. Look, by clicking we separate it and we make it with two handles. Now I can play around with it until I'm happy. This is how we add a snow to our images actually in professional way, just by using the blend if. So I added the white to the highlight, not the shadow. So not the shadow, it means drag the shadows slider to the right, and by holding down Alt or Option and separating this slider, I can use this very gradually with more feather. Now click OK. Let's go to the black color. I want to add this black color only to my shadows, not to my highlight. So what do? Double click here on the right side. Now only to my shadows, so I keep the shadows. I don't want it on the highlights, so I drag the right slider to the left. To make it more featherish and more soft, hold on Alt or Option, click and drag this slider to the left. Now play around with it until you are happy. So I'm adding that dark color only to my shadows, and take a look. Now click OK. Let's go to another example. Now let's make this image a bit darker, so it's gonna be like a sunrise. So how do we do it? Just go to adjustment layer, go to solid color, by default is on black, and click OK. All right, now double click on the right side. I wanted to keep this on the shadows and not the highlight. All right, so I'm drag this to the left, hold on Alt or Option, and click and play around with it until you are happy with the darkness. So most of the composite is going to be exactly, guys, like this. I believe, I believe this is cool actually. I like this. Now press OK. Let me add a bit of reddish color to the shadow. So let's go adjustment layer, click on color balance. Let's add a bit of reddish and a bit of yellowish. It's going to be like a sunrise. Now again, double click here. We just want to add this to the shadow, so it means not the highlight, right? So drag the right slider to the left with the Alt or Option and click and play around with this. Now take a look. Let me hold down Shift, Command Control G to group it, and see before and after. So it's very useful in compositing and doing a lot of photo manipulation. So let me try something else. Press T on your keyboard and just type Photoshop is fun. Press Command Control T, hold down Alt, and make this a bit larger. Enter. If I click here on character, you can also bring it here from window and click on the character. All right. I can make this a bit larger by holding my mouse here and the T and drag it to the right. And I can increase the height a bit, and I believe it's okay. Now, I want to add this Photoshop and blend it exactly to the wall. Is that possible? Yes, with blend, if everything is possible. Just double click here. So we want to add this just in the shadows. So just in the shadows, not the highlight. Drag the right slider to the left. Hold on Alt or Option and click to separate it and play around with it. See how we can blend this to the wall. Just take a look. We blended the text into the wall. Isn't it cool? Now you guys know one of the coolest secret in photo compositing in Photoshop, which is the blend F.